When we get call, he go solve light, water, road, and security problems. And finally, he go bring peace to River State. So make we give him our total support. Hey, Wike, His Excellency Wike. Hey, Wike, His Excellency Wike. Cause they no parade. Alaye Renya say Wike.
Rivers people we dey see us. Wike dey walk oh. Everybody we dey feel up. Wike dey walk oh. Man wey dey walk well, walk hard and walk fast. To make Rivers State better. Wike dey walk oh. Rivers people we dey see us. Wike dey walk oh. Everybody we dey feel up. Wike dey walk oh. Man wey dey walk well, walk hard and walk fast. To make Rivers State better. Wike dey walk oh. We dey see us. Wike dey walk oh. Everybody we dey feel up. Wike dey walk oh. Man wey dey walk well, walk hard and walk fast. To make Rivers State better. Wike dey walk oh. Rivers people we dey see us. Wike dey walk oh. Everybody we dey feel up. Wike dey walk oh. Man wey dey walk.
In life, there is a time for everything, a time to sow and a time to reap, a time to sleep and a time to wake, a time to study and a time to be examined. For Governor Wike, there was a time to construct, and now is the time to commission. For the rest of River State, it is a time to celebrate the pleasant changes the present administration has midwifed. The list is inexhaustible, and the remarks from notable people are heartwarming. They reminisce on the creation of River State 51 years ago on May 27, 1967, and the great expectations of the people then. Yes, the Civil War turned those expectations into nightmares, but the enthusiasm of the Commander Alfred Dieterspiff, the then governor of Old River State, to steer the state on development fast track elicited envy from neighboring states. Unfortunately, that gusto was lost when he left office in 1975. 40 years later, Governor Nyesom Ezenwa Wike assumed office to make River State great again. Some elders couldn't agree more.
Now, River State is now 51 years old, and we don't have 51 public services, what you call the essentials of life, which means that even if you practiced basic economics since creation, by now we should have had all social amenities in place and we should just be servicing them. So this administration has decided to tackle specific issues, beginning with roads. The idea is that when we put roads down as an essential infrastructure and a social service, we can use that to build on other aspects of development. And then now going beyond roads, we're beginning to look at the health sector, we're looking at the educational sector, and today we're here for the sports sector.
So it's 3 years of incredibly superlative performance that, to my mind, has exceeded the 4-year benchmark for a first-term governor. What the governor has done is more than what any governor would be expected to do in 4 years, but he has done this in 3 years.
Governor Wike's coming has heralded a massive boost in infrastructural upgrade in Port Harcourt, the state capital, and has transformed some hinterland communities to semi-urban centers as very functional projects after constructing roads that link them to their local government headquarters and Port Harcourt. Construction giants like Julius Berger Nigeria Limited, China Construction Company (CCC), and Reynolds Construction Company (RCC) are key players in the historical strides as they bring to bear their various experiences and technologies from Europe, Far East, and the Middle East to River State.
And like I've said, the best will always come to River State. Real Madrid is the best club in the world. We are not going for second position, like those when their club won second, they celebrate. There's no trophy for second position, but there's a trophy for first position. And so that's why we said we only bring one academy, and that's the only football academy, the only world-known acclaimed, that's the Real Madrid Academy. I thank God today that we're here. When we started this journey, some people would always criticize. They say, oh, we go to Madrid and begin to enjoy ourselves. They begin to post, oh, where is the academy now? Today, I'm not sure whether they will still talk. I hear they are gone now. The academy has come and has come to stay. What is important is let me commend the Madrid Football Club Academy that when we started, some people were afraid. I'm sure even those of them who are here were afraid whether we are going to actualize this dream. But I told those that were working with that if there's one thing we will achieve, we will achieve the establishment of this academy in Port Harcourt, River State. And we're here today. And let me say, in the next 7 months, we are coming to commission this academy. And of course, like what some people have said here, is for everybody, not only those who are from River State, those who live in River State too. But we give preference to those who are from River State, because the money comes from River State. But we give support too to those who are living here, who have been doing businesses here, who have been supporting the state. And it's between ages 8 to 16 years. If you're above that age, think you can go to him or whatever.
Even though the proverbial lizard, after surviving falling from a height, decided to praise itself, modesty demands that we let others score us no matter how well we think we have performed in any endeavor. The Aquarius would say, a dancer does not see his back. So for this singular purpose, Leadership Portrait went to town to hear what the people really think of the development taking place under this administration.
I just want to give kudos to the state governor for making the state proud, and this will go a long way. Try to bring our youth on the street to take to football, and football is a great business in the world. And with this, I think it will go a long way, like I said earlier, for them to earn a good living in their life.
We cannot thank the governor of the state enough. He has done so well. Apart from improving on the sporting facilities you can find at the Afro Sports Center, here again, he is training the coaches and the players as well. So I think the governor has done so well to improving the economy of the state and improving on the potentials of the youths in the states as well, and of course generating employment in different categories for the people. So I think it's a laudable.
Advancing education. In 2015, we promised to revitalize and reposition our educational system and expand access to our children to quality education at all levels. To achieve this objective, we committed ourselves to progressively increase budgetary allocations for the funding of education, effectively implement the Universal Basic Education Scheme, innovate and adequately equip our secondary schools, ensure regular monitoring of schools for greater accountability and efficiency, improve educational infrastructure in our tertiary education schools. In the last 3 years, advanced education in the state is another promise we have kept. For instance, budgetary allocation has progressed from 5% in 2014 to over 10% in 2018.
Maybe we should just zero in on some of the projects these people are harping on. The road network that has added so much beauty to the state, A robust, reliable, and sustainable road infrastructure system is the foundation of any modern economy in his vision blueprint. Governor Wike specifically promised to tackle road infrastructure challenge head-on and using reputable contractors has accomplished the dualization of roads leading to local government headquarters and major towns, constructed first-class roads, bridges, canals and jetties, expanded and reconstructed existing strategic roads in the state. With covered drains, pedestrian walkways and street lights, rehabilitation, and ensuring that roads are potholes free.
Me, as a man who was deputy governor for 22 months and who later became governor for 8 years, I know what it is for a governor to labor and deliver projects. Your Excellency, I cannot, in all my experience, explain how you are able to do what you have done.
In education, the Governor Wike-led administration has delivered on its promises across the system by doubling investment in education from 5 to 10% of the annual budget since 2015, bringing about improved access to quality education, released funds to all salary arrears, reinstated the regular and basic inspection of schools for accountability and quality assurance, checked truancy and indiscipline amongst teachers in the school system, renovation, revamping and building dilapidated school buildings of government-owned primary, secondary and tertiary institutions in the state.
Of our people to progress and prosper. Our administration recognizes that providing quality education as a tool for development is as important as providing physical infrastructure. This period is not a period when government gives you money, you use it anyhow. No. And there's this satisfaction with every power of government has given. And I thought as I come here today, I was going to direct the release of the 500 million naira and the units. I'm not going to release that until the open door is done. That is why, if you like, you read 20 pages and less, praise the visitor, praise the government, I'm not interested. My interest is that something must be done and done well for the people of the state.
I think it's a good development because we get paying more to the courses. Because we tend to check more in our courses. We are going, like for the social science students, they start doing science courses that are not related to what they are learning just because the school name is affecting the school curriculum. But now that we are answering Rivers State University, to get to better changes, you have to deal purely on what concerns your department.
Containing the name change, I think it's really a good one because number one, you know the school is a science school, so because of accreditation, they felt okay since we would not be offering maybe like the management science courses, that they should just change it and affiliate it very well so that it will be standard so everybody can apply. Okay, I'll really commend him because he's a governor for the people and he has the best interest of people and he actually is a good man. I think you could see that he's Mr. Project. He has things that he has set up that he's actually doing well at.
In his manifesto, Governor Wike promised to tackle the challenges that limited effective healthcare delivery in the state. Accordingly, he has progressively increased the budget allocation to healthcare delivery, revitalized, fortified the primary healthcare system, restored and rehabilitate the long-abandoned general hospitals, established a medical school in the Rivers State University to provide a reposition of health personnel for the state, restore and upgraded schools of health technology and school of midwifery, partnered private sectors to develop and ensure efficient healthcare delivery in the state, amongst others. The performing governor has also developed other sectors like the judiciary, legislature, economic empowerment, housing, rural development, sports, security, tourism, to mention but a few. In celebration of his developmental stride, Governor Nyesom Ezewan Wike and the people of Rivers State have put together a scorecard and a myriad of events which kicked off with a musical concert titled A Night with Governor Wike at the Port Harcourt Pleasure Park. The concert featured artists within and outside the state.
Everybody
Singing and dancing in celebration of the restoration of the Garden City to its original status. This was followed by a Thanksgiving service at the Living Faith Church in Dayland, Port Harcourt. On the heels of the Thanksgiving was the anniversary lecture titled Democracy in Nigeria, Still Many Rivers to Cross by the Reverend Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka at the Obiwali International Conference Center, Port Harcourt. Men of the pen profession were not left out as they had a media chat with the governor at the Government House, Port Harcourt.
On that money for project, you see, one man speaks does not mean that God has spoken. Of course, they knew they left no money. That's what they say. Let them see. And you have forgotten, 27th of May, 2015, how somebody will say that. Let us see how we'll get money to pay salary, not to talk about doing a project. You see, the thing I tell people, when once you are committed to do something, you will achieve it. When once you are put there, you will achieve it. Most of the contracts you see are highly inflated. Let me tell you one thing. You see that Sakawa Body Road? In their own bill of quantity, in their own design, they are to use laterite. And the cost was 14-point-something billion. In our own design, which we are using sharp sand, it is 9-point-something billion. So most of the things are highly inflated. Go and meet most of these companies. They say, "Sir, you're a tough bargain." I said, "No, I know the system. I know where nothing like it won't work." BD1, the one they call BD1. BD1 is even higher than the actual job. So when you say, when you have 10 billion naira, you'll be able to. Before, the current expenditure was 1.6 billion every month, but I brought it down to 700 million. If So many people are not happy. Civil servants are not happy. Commissioners are not happy. My political appointees are not happy. But it's a sacrifice. You must make the sacrifice. That is it. And God being with us, things are improving small. The idea is going up a bit. So we're able to have some money. Doing project is not when you have projects everywhere. There is no month I don't pay. If I pay 4 billion naira, then you have not paid money that month. Every month I'm giving a project 4 billion naira. So all I do, I look at the money we have. I say, okay, this month, all the big companies, Julius Berger, CCECC, CGC, Cetraco, Lubrix, this one 600, this one 1 billion, this one 500. Then I won't pay them again to 3 months time. You must work for that one. Then in that 3 months I have saved another money. As you are sitting here, I don't like this place. Those of you who are coming here before, did you find this here? Is there any government house that's better than this? Is it Villa? Have you been to Villa before? If you stay in a good environment, God will bring money for you.
There was also a sports seminar on Super Eagles and Russia 2018 World Cup at Hotel Presidential Port Harcourt, keenly followed by a novelty football match at the Shark Stadium, Port Harcourt.
Why not hit her with the left leg?
We anticipated that there will be so much fun and funfair. There will be so much thrill, there will be so much excitement, and we are happy with the kind of reactions and results we are getting so far. The way the audience is responding, the spectators are happy, the deputy governor is here, the people of River State, the government of River State are all there, people are excited, people are happy.
Our man of the moment, Governor Wike, has commissioned a number of projects to mark his 3rd year in office, with so much more awaiting completion and commissioning. Amongst the projects commissioned are Creek Road, Bishop Johnson Street, Bishop Fubara Street, Captain Amangala Street, Tourist Beach, Farmers Produce House, foundation laying of the Real Madrid Football Academy at El Kahia Stadium in Port Harcourt, followed by send-off of Super Eagles to Russia 2018 with international friendly football match between Nigeria and Democratic Republic of Congo at the Adokie Amesimaka Stadium, presentation of scorecard at the Dr. Obiwale International Center, Port Harcourt.
Despite the challenges, we remain undaunted, focused and determined to make the difference we have promised. Today, we are here to celebrate the achievements we have made in implementing our development agenda. We are boldly and progressively delivering on our promises to our state and our people. But before I go on to the details of what our administration has delivered, permit me to express our gratitude to the Speaker and members of the River State House of Assembly for their commitment to the progress of the state. They supported us not only with appropriations, but also with the laws that we needed to deliver our development agenda.
It was a state banquet and honors of award at the Alfred Jetty Civic Center, Port Harcourt. Our man of the year, who has just added another award to his long list of awards last week at Abuja as Man of the Year 2018, an award presented by the leadership newspapers, deserves a second term in view of his humongous achievements. Wike is working.
We are proud to associate with this laudable achievement and brought relief to the people of Elele, Adimini, all the internal roads that have changed the face and the fortunes of this community, that is now serving the good purpose of Nigerians, particularly this community. We thank the governor, we appreciate the governor for getting this far down. to solve the problem of the common man. Naturally, they don't ask for too much, but for this one, thank you. We pray for your success. We pray that these good works pay you back. You don't labor in vain. God be the glory and the glory of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I declare this road serviceable, useful to this community and Nigerians in general. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Rivers people we dey see am, we get the walk oh. Everybody we dey feel am, we get the walk oh. Man when they walk well, walk hard and walk fast, to make Rivers State better. We get the walk oh. Rivers people we dey see am, we get the walk oh. Everybody we dey feel am, we get the walk oh.
When we get come, it go solve light, water, road, and security problems. And finally, it go bring peace to River State. So make we give am our total support. Wike, His Excellency Wike. Cause the number and the Alaye Rene say Wike. As you be get the press handle.